Hello and welcome to eMate. My name is Angela and I'll provide you with a brief overview of the eMate system. eMate is a highly flexible and user configurable maintenance management system. It allows your organization to manage not only your critical assets and inventory items, but also all aspects of corrective, preventative, and reactive maintenance work orders. eMate does not charge by the module, so all aspects of our system are available to you from day one. However, if you or your organization decide that there are some modules you do not yet need, you are able to hide them from your view. This allows eMate to grow with your needs on your maintenance reliability journey. eMate does also have what we call a global search option in addition to the list view that we currently have up on the screen here. I do want to point out that this global search option allows you to look for anything within the eMate system that you currently have, regardless of whether or not you're currently in that module where it resides. So if I'm looking, for example, for a forklift, I can go ahead and start typing in forklift. And as you can see, it starts filtering down the list based on what I currently have available within my system. So these are all different modules that I currently have access to, even though I'm currently only on the asset module at the moment. The list view, as I was mentioning before, has a variety of different columns that you can have available to you and your users to be able to fill in information for filtering to look for a particular asset or a group of assets. This information can also be sorted. I'm currently sorting by number here in my case in ascending and descending order, but I can easily pick any of the other columns that I currently have available within my list view. In addition to being able to sort by those different columns, I can also apply different filters. These filters can become quite advanced and allow me to have a variety of different filters all at the same time across multiple columns within the eMate system. These different filters, these sorts, these different column views can all be saved as a default view. As you see here, I have quite a few of them. These can be shared views, meaning that everyone in the system who uses this particular module would be able to utilize them. Or they can be ones that only you need as your own user role dictates. In addition to being able to find your assets in more of a list view option, we also have interactive plans that can be utilized as well. These interactive plans can be blueprints. These can be any sort of way that you would like to view your eMate system across all of your different buildings, all of your different rooms. In this case, I have, for example, one here of an office building. I also have other options here as well. You can have as many as you would like. I have a facility map. What's nice is that these pins are actually my assets inside of my eMate system, and I have a color coding enabled option allowing me to actually see my assets in real time based on their status. So if I click on the pin there, for example, I can see which asset it currently is looking for, which is the HVAC is associated to that particular pin. I can go directly into that asset record, and since it is green, I know that it's currently listed as available, meaning it's not currently down. Now, what do you do for those non-technical users or maybe non-licensed users within your organization that you would like them to be able to interact with your eMate system without having to pay for a license? Anytime that they find a problem or an issue with any of your equipment, your assets, it's not a problem at all. They'd be able to scan a barcode or a QR code and be able to submit a work order request into the eMate system for that issue. These QR codes can be modified, of course, and be customized inside of the eMate system. They'd be able to scan those QR codes with their mobile devices and be able to create a work order request as fast as you can say downtime. Now, once those work order requests are received into the eMate system, they can be approved or rejected, and those approved work order requests would become work orders. Now, we want to make sure that we schedule those work orders with your technicians, and we have, of course, a scheduling feature within our eMate system that allows us to see who's currently available to do that work. So for example, I'm on currently Wednesday. I'd be able to say, okay, we're going to go ahead and schedule this one with Jeff Worth and be able to have Jeff notified that he has new work that's now been assigned to him. Now, technicians typically are not going to be at their desks very often. They won't necessarily be able to interact as easily on their mobile devices with this view here. We want to make sure we give them a more customized option available for their mobile devices, whether it's a phone or a tablet. So eMate has a mobile app available for both iOS and Android devices of all screen sizes, streamlining the process for technicians. So that way they are presented with a list of activities that they would be able to see assigned to them currently for them to be able to enter into the eMate system and begin making changes. So they're listed right here. I could go ahead and pick any of the ones in my list here. This one's for a welder maintenance. I would be able to start logging my time against this particular work order. It would also create a labor charge there. I can easily also see part charges added here. I can see any procedural steps that I would like to mark off that I am completing as well. And of course, I'm also able then to complete this work order all from this mobile app. The ability to scan both the asset and inventory part barcodes as well for any of those items that we would want to use and create a record for within that work order allow me to streamline and reduce that mean time to repair metric that a lot of teams really are wanting to focus on and reduce over time. However, at eMaint, it's not just about what we gather from our users, whether it's the mobile app or the full version of our eMaint system. It's about what we can produce to help your business grow in an ever-changing world. So I'm going to go ahead and show you some of our dashboard options here. These can show, for example, open work orders by status, work orders scheduled for today, new open requests within our system. Or these can be a little bit more visual options that we have, for example, our top most problematic assets. We can also see things like our mean time to repair for our individual areas of the eMaint system. We can also see, for example, created versus completed information by month. You can see our work orders by type and more of a Pareto graph setting as well to see that information across the board. So whether it's equipment management and work order scheduling, inventory tracking and purchase orders, or even just the ability to give your team a solution that they'll actually use, since it is user-friendly, eMaint is there to make sure you get just a little bit more than what you paid for. Thank you.